When I think about additional risk factors that come in for behavioral concerns about workplace safety, if somebody is recently separated, there tends to be a high focus on maybe blaming the organization or even having a specific grievance with a supervisor or another coworker that can sometimes fuel the blame and the grievance concerns. And with that, if there are opportunities to have them remember that the workplace, even if it's the workplace that they're recently separated from, is still a place of support, it can reduce that hyper focus on that environment being the reason or the blame for the situation that they find themselves in, which is that they maybe lost employment, they have a reduction in resources or even pay, and that could have some additional stressors at home. I think about three strategies to help avoid escalation and helping recently separated employees disconnect blame from the organization. This can often happen when there is a recent layoff or recent separation from employment for any number of reasons. And a couple of things to consider is one, validating their feelings. They are going through a loss of employment, a loss of stability, and also a loss of certainty. What could happen next, and what does their future pathway look like? And it's okay to validate those feelings and understand that that may be something that they could be holding and have a lot of potential consequences outside of the work environment that could be impacted as a result of this decision. The second thing is providing resources that they can tap into today. Those resources may be things that they can continue to connect with, whether it's your employee assistance program or their health program, as they still may be connected to it. And it can be helpful to offer them resources that they can check into today. But not only today, also, what resources are available to them a month from now? Employees that are recently separated can often feel like they're going through a shocked experience and feel sometimes paralyzed to understand what those next steps might be for them. So, if there are resources that they can tap into in about a month or in a couple of weeks, those are also really helpful to remind them about. Career support resources, or even some additional training opportunities that are potentially free or available to them, are great opportunities to make sure that they're connected with resources after the separation. And then the other piece I suggest is if there's opportunities for re engagement. For some organizations, they may have other job opportunities open or other places where they can suggest them to get connected, such as expanding their network or connecting with other recently separated employees or even other employers that are hiring at this time. Those are really helpful opportunities to make sure that they understand that they do want to work and they're trying to find those opportunities. So if there's ways that you could bridge those opportunities for them, that can really help them disconnect this blame that the organization doesn't care about them and doesn't care about where they land or their future. If you're responsible for keeping your leadership team safe, let's talk about what you're actually doing in your organization. I've got 30-minute strategy calls available where we can discuss your specific situation. No scare tactics, just real straight talk about what actually works for your environment. Click on the link below and we can book your call today.